Good afternoon, friends. I bet all of you are making it an awesome day today. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. Yay, that's right. Great. There's a favorite quote of mine, which is by a French jazz pianist and a composer. He says, the more I live, the more I learn. The more I learn, the more I realize, the less I know. And truly believing in this, I have been a proud learner throughout my journey of continual self-exploration and helping others in transforming their lives by facilitating small, thoughtful initiatives in their lives. My name is Yasha, and I'm delighted to be addressing you all today. And I must say, as an avid learner, I must congratulate you, and I'm really proud of you to make it for today, to make something out of this time and to learn something. Let's begin. There's another quote by the actress and comedian Mae West, who says, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. How true is that, and how beautiful is that? This life that we have got is a blessing. If we just learn how to make the most of it, how to live it to the fullest, it'll be a happy day every day. But the question is, how? Let's understand in this session, which is all about yes to life, saying yes to life. Well, how do I do that? The question is. Very interesting question, very natural question, and let's talk about what goes wrong. Let's understand this simple phenomena. You are what you feed yourself with. How many of you agree with that? If you give me a thumbs up. Awesome. So you are what you feed yourself with. If we talk about it in terms of food, we are what we eat. If I start eating idli and aloo paratha, and dosa, and I Chinese, and whatever I eat, it helps me to make my body. But not just true for the food that we eat, and not just for my physical body, but I am what I feed myself with psychologically and physiologically as well. And in today's session, we are going to talk about these both of these aspects of psychologically and physiologically ourselves with great things cautiously and intentionally, so that the quality of life that we have, it improves. And once that improves, of course, we say a yes to life, because then we have cracked the formula of making each day beautiful, making each day valuable. Are you with me? If you are, give me a thumbs up again. Great. So I welcome you all to this session on Yes to Life. Let's understand what are these ideas that can help me feed myself with good things, not just physiologically, but psychologically as well. We are going to talk about 4 such ideas. And these are 4 ideas that have transformed people's life massively, globally. Let's move forward and understand what these 4 ideas are. The first idea here talks about feel good about yourself today. Feel good about yourself here today. Now, what this means is that right away in the morning, we need to get in sync with our feelings. So when we get up in the morning, there are times when it happens that we don't feel like getting up. And we feel like, oh my God, why do I need to get up? This is another day. I need to not toil like anything. The day starts with those negative and depressing thoughts, and the entire day goes like that. And various studies have shown that the way you start your morning sets the tone for the entire day. And therefore, now that we have this information, let's make the best use of it. The best use of this is to understand, once we get in sync with our emotions, once we are able to understand the emotions that we are feeling right away in the morning, we can then take charge of that. Instead of feeling depressed and out of context and feeling, where am I going? What is this life? Why me? And all those questions, we will be able to take charge of our entire day right away in the morning. And that happens beautifully well and very, very simply. What simply we have to do is feel good about yourself. What that means is, no matter what kind of thoughts you're having in the morning, remind yourself the reason that you have got this day is a blessing. Many haven't. And because I have got this gift, let me use it. Let me use it to the fullest. Let me feel happy about it. Let me feel good about it. Are you with me, champions? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Make positive affirmations right away in the morning. You tell yourself, I love myself. This is my life. I love it. Give these positive affirmations to yourself. Give yourself powerful affirmation which says, yes, I'm the champion. I'm the best. I'm the champion. And then you feel like the champion, because then you build up that power to behave and perform like a champion. You don't fall prey, or you don't get into the trap of those depressing and sad and weakening thoughts where you feel like, no, life is not going the way that it has been. And by the way, it's very natural to feel that way in these times. It's a difficult time for everyone. But a winner is somebody who can make adversities turn into advantages. And I am sure you are the one. All of you are the one who can do this. You just have to take care of this little thing in the morning. Make positive affirmations. Tell yourself you love yourself. You're proud of yourself. You believe in yourself. And tell yourself, I can do whatever I wish to. If I put my heart and mind into something, I will definitely achieve it. Build that trust onto yourself. This is about building up relationship with your own self every day. So like you would be saying, I love you and I care for you to your loved ones around you. Start saying these things to yourself as well. And not just mentally, say it verbally, vocally. Tell yourself, stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, yes, you are the champion. And I love you for what you are. And I want you to grow every day. And I want to see you move forward in life. And you have all my support. Give that support to yourself. When you do that, champions, right away in the morning, you're able to understand, you're able to change those energies, change those feelings into positive ones. If you're ready, say yes. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Great. Let's move forward now. The next one. Now, this has been a life-changing realization for many. It's about recreating your relationship with food. Now, what does this mean? Well, there's a whole lot of encyclopedia about it, a whole lot of studies around it. But the most important thing that I learned in this domain is to understand the different kinds of hunger that you can have. Now, hunger is a very simple thing, and some people might ask, what kind of hunger can we have? Hunger is hunger. I'm hungry and I need food. And that is what is the trap. That is what gets us into difficult relationships with food. And like the way difficult relationships don't give us any benefit, they do us more harm than good, these kind of relationships with food also give physiologically harm to us. Let's understand different kinds of hungers here. The first hunger is a hunger which is initiated by thirst. Yes, interestingly, there is a thirst hunger. Now, if you want to talk about how it got into our system, our ancestors did not have very easy access of water. And when they felt dehydrated, their body would give them a signal of this kind of hunger. And what they would grab onto was something which is nearby, which was in those times, since the processed food was not there, they would grab onto a fruit or a kind of a veggie, which was rich in water content. And when they would eat that, their dehydration would also be catered to. And that's how it got into our system. But now, since we have access to everything around us, the moment we feel this hunger, which is actually a thirst hunger, we don't grab something which is rich in water. What we grab? We grab probably a chocolate, or we grab some cookies, or we grab, maybe a Maggie, or, things like that, which are absolutely unnecessary snacking. Now, how to deal with this? The moment you start feeling hungry, ask yourself, is this the thirst hunger or is it the real hunger? And the simple way to deal with that is drink a little water. 1 glass of room temperature, little lukewarm water. Drink that and then realize, do I still feel hungry? Because you were not hungry initially. That was the dehydration that created that need. And that's how you can identify and deal with it. And all the more, if you don't want those kind of hunger episodes to happen, then keep yourself hydrated. Drink lots of water. That's the first kind of hunger. The second kind of hunger is emotional hunger, and many of us are aware of it. Humans, over the period of time, we associate specific kinds of food to specific kind of emotions. And chocolate is one very popular thing. Whenever somebody is in a low energy, they try to cover up that energy with the help of those chocolates. Exactly. But that's not actually the hunger. Now, how do I deal with that? The moment you realize that you are finding yourself walking towards the kitchen or walking towards the refrigerator, ask yourself a question. And especially at the odd times, ask yourself, well, how am I feeling right now? And then ask yourself, how do I want to feel right now? And ask another question, what apart from this can help me feel the way that I want to feel rather than the way that I'm feeling right now? This is doing is I'm finding alternative to this unnecessary snacking or unnecessary dependability on a particular kind of food, which is not good for me at all. Now, if I'm associating this with an emotional, conflict inside me, an emotional feeling that is coming inside me, and it is constricting me, and it is making me unhappy, and I want to eat a chocolate, try making a call to somebody, sharing your emotions with them, getting some ideas, going for a walk, or doing some skipping, or drinking just a little lemon water. Don't fall into this trap of the emotional hunger. That's the terrible one. That's the second one. The third hunger that you can find out is the real hunger, which is the nutritional hunger, where the body gives you signal, okay, give me amino acids, give me vitamins, give me minerals, give me nutrients. And that's the real thing. And that's the real food, and that's the real hunger. And these are the three major kinds of and easy to manage kinds of hungers that we have to be aware of. And now that you're aware of it, also please remember it is not just what you eat, it's also about when you eat. Some people might think that, if I skip the meal, I might, lose some calories and skip some calories. But what really happens when you skip a meal, the next meal that you take tends to be an overeating. If you agree, give me a thumbs up. That actually shouldn't be a thumbs up, but give me a thumbs up if you agree on that. Exactly. So what happens is when you do this kind of skipping of the meals, it adds on to your craving for those kind of foods. Now, how to deal with that? I have a little list of the healthy snacks. Now, what this means is that whenever you are traveling or don't have access to these timely availability of food, always have something in your bag to carry. Which, when there is a specific time to eat, you have eaten in the morning, you want to eat in the afternoon, but there is no access to anything, you must have something inside your bag which is little or some have some access to these healthy things instead of eating any junk food or anything, and then or maybe skipping the meal and then making the next meal an overeating one. Let's not do that. I've got some ideas for healthy snacking that you must carry with your own self. Now it starts with nuts, dry fruits and all. You can have fruits, maybe cut fruits or whole fruits, avoid the juices, yogurt or curd. You can have cottage cheese, which is paneer. You can have cheese. Well, cheese is very rich in protein, so you can definitely opt for that. You could have cucumber, carrots, carry with yourself. Dried and unsweetened coconut or tender water. The tender coconut water you can carry. And the easiest thing that you can make is a detox water, wherein you have water, you can add some slices of orange, some slices of cucumber, a little piece of ginger, and some mint leaves into it. Leave it overnight and drink it during the day. It's amazing, and it actually caters to not only your the thirst hunger, it also caters to your emotional hunger, and it definitely lets you have some nutrients and some filling up of the stomach, which lets you not overeat in the next meal. So that's about recreating your relationship with your food. That makes us move on to the third one, which is about change routine with small steps. Now, I'll be sharing some ideas about it, which is about these small steps create massive impact on the long run. It's important for us to understand that taking these small steps are easier, and let's do it that way. If we start thinking about making some major changes into our diets and all, it is going to be never possible, because you'll do it for a couple of days. It has happened with many people, most of the people. You'll do it for a couple of days and then it wouldn't continue. So let's understand some small changes that we can do. Something like workout before work. How about that? Of course, we are working every day, but can we just wake up maybe at 10 minutes, 15 minutes earlier and do a little workout with a little music into our earpods? Is that possible? Yes. If you're doing it, great. increase a little time of that, or increase a little intensity of that. Or what we can do, 5 more grams of fiber, drink a little more of water, walk a little more. Every 1 hour, get up from your chair and walk 500 steps. By the way, 2000 steps helps you to burn 100 calories. And guess how much of a standard Indian tea, small cup of tea contains? How many calories? 80 calories. So when you walk 2000 steps, you're able to burn that calorie that you just built up in your body with 1 cup of tea. Let's be mindful of that. Great. Now, what else we can do is, instead of having more chapatis and rice and having plain, white rice, white bread and all of that, increase your veggies intake, increase your pulses intake, take more protein and all. Avoid those carbs into your system. And when you do these small changes, one at a time, you can, of course, see some major changes happening around you, inside you as well as around you. And if you have more ideas around it, just punch it into the chat box right there as to what do you think you can also change into your routine. And if you see some changes on that, do connect with us later to tell us how those small changes helped you. Let's move on to the fourth one, which is about celebrate each day. This is very important, champions, to show gratitude to the entire day. We started our day with first thing in the morning saying, I'm happy, I'm proud of myself, I love myself, and this is going to be an awesome day. I'm the best, I'm the champion. And at the end of the day, we say thank you for having this day and helping us making this day worthwhile, making this day valuable, making this day worthy of being added to our happy memories. And let's count our blessings. Think about all the positive things that I was able to do. Think of all the positive things that happened to me because I took initiative. And feel proud about yourself. And put yourself in a position where when you look at your today, you say, yes, I have made it a memorable day. And just think about this, champions. When you look at each of your days, the way you look at today by thanking yourself, your surroundings, and taking the initiatives during the entire day to make it a memorable day, how would you feel? And if this happens day after day, don't you think that when most of the people are running after happiness in life, you are the one who's running hand in hand with them. You're running hand in hand with happiness and life because you have said yes to life and you have taken charge of your life and your emotions and your different relationships with yourself, with your food, and with everything around yourself, and you have transformed your life. That's when you begin to be the real champion. And I am really already proud of you for attending this session, champions. Let's have a little summary of these 4 ideas. First is feeling good about yourself today. Second is recreate your relationship with food, which talks about the hungers and making sure that you don't skip a meal. Change routine with small steps, about small changes that you must take to create that massive impact, and celebrate each day with gratitude and counting your blessings. And if we are able to do this, champions, we will definitely be happier in a lot more senses, definitely be content in a lot more senses, and definitely be a champion in a lot more senses. We can become a role model for everybody around us, not just professionally, but in personal life as well. And who wouldn't want to be a superhero for their family by just doing these small 4 things? So I wish you all the best, champions. This is Yasha, and I thank you very much for being a part of this session. And I really, really feel that you guys will take benefits out of this session. If you do connect with us on starconsultingglobal.com and do connect with us on these different social networks. Thank you very much. It was indeed a pleasure conducting this session for all of you. Thank you. Namaste.